This is real life
viendo
twisting.
este video
This is the
del
most capable storm chasing vehicle.
creador 3.
With this rough surface right here.
Estaba viendo desde aquí. Es el Dominic Toruno. ¡Hala! Ahí está, ¿sí vieron?
Tornadoes do some weird things, and recording these events helps to verify and guide other researchers' computer models.
And that's why we want to maximize our chances of getting great footage. So that's why we redesigned the entire back end of Dominator 3 and coated every square inch of it with polycarbonate plastic so that you can see up at the tornado, you can see all angles of the tornado in progress and capture that very valuable high-resolution footage. We can also pop the back open. And there's plenty of room for our scientific gear, including our rockets, which I'm going to show you shortly. Also plenty of room for adult diapers, underwear. But under here, these are the muscle and cardio systems of the Dominator 3. When we talk about raising and lowering the vehicle, this is what makes that happen. Listen to him purr.
And if you go from the air compressors and follow these lines up here,
they go up to our door system. But these doors weigh 800 pounds with all the armor. So if you look up here, we've got this complex valve system to support that weight.
and to help you push them open from the inside,
Yeah, that's our lift system. That helps lift the heavy weight of the door.
Al router. No manches.
And these gull-wing doors aren't just for looks. So when we're close to a tornado, we need to look at the sky. But also when you're up close to a tornado, you're very near the hail core. And you can easily get a softball-sized hailstone coming through the sky and hitting you in the head. So these doors raise up, and they give us added protection from overhead. While the door's open, you can see the original truck door here, and then you can see all the armor we've added on the outside. Very thick. Another advantage of the gull-wing door system on the Dominator 3 is it fixes a big problem that we found out with the Dominator 1 and 2. So imagine you're out chasing a storm with Team Dominator, and you're out looking at a tornado, and you have to hop in the Dominator fast. Oh, we gotta go, guys! We gotta go! Oh no, look at that! We can't go! You actually can't shut the front door until the back one is closed. It's because of how all the heavy armor fits together. So people in the back might be, okay, maybe go to the bathroom, but this is a big problem right here. But now it's fixed on Dominator 3 with the gull-wing lift system. Pinch it out! We gotta go! And the last thing before we jump in is I'm going to show you the engine underneath all this. Squeak, squeak, goes the Dominator 3. So the whole reinforced hood of the Dominator 3 comes forward like this, giving us a look at the powerful engine inside. This is a 6.7-liter turbo diesel engine, and this is what drives the 10,000-pound Dominator 3 at highway speeds of over 70 miles an hour. And we can also accelerate very fast. If we have to run from a tornado that's too powerful to intercept, this Power Stroke engine gives us the pick-me-up to get out of a hard spot. And believe it or not, this thing gets about 16 to 17 miles per gallon at highway speeds. And in case we need to pit stop to get a flat tire, we have these protective flaps that we can lift up and access the wheel. Heavy-duty tires, of course. All right, let's step inside the Dominator 3 and show you how we get our data. Yep, eye contact. Yep, okay, yep. 3, 2, 1. Welcome inside the cockpit.
La calle de los famosos México.
Welcome inside the cockpit of Dominator 3. Good to have you. Kind of a standard F-350 look from the inside. See some cup holders. You can put your Mountain Dew or energy drink right in here. But you can definitely see a couple things are added. We've got this peak of the armor. The peak of the armor on the hood is designed to funnel the wind up and over the top of the vehicle so that you don't get all this debris just slamming into the windshield. And this is where we're putting our updated live streaming panel because, yes, we stream live our tornado intercepts and storm chases as it happens. Looking in the back, you can see that we removed the bed seats of the Ford F-350 and replaced it with 3 additional captain's chairs. We pretty much live inside this vehicle. Comfort is important as well.
so our research is divided into 2 modes, intercepts and rocket deployments. Intercepts our measurements at the ground level of the tornado with the Dominator. We actually started with super heavy ground probes that we would drop in the path of the tornado.
But after having some tornadoes bend away and miss, we decided to turn the whole vehicle into one big probe. That way we can adjust forward and backwards with the tornado right up until the last second. So we get in the path of the tornado and it's bearing down on us. I press number 1 to drop the vehicle flush to the ground. Bingo, bango, bongo. So now we're flush to the ground, but we want to make sure we're not thrown. So we hit this second switch. The spikes go into the ground about 6 or 8 inches, and that anchors us to the ground when the tornado arrives. Then we go to the outer switch. So we're lowered to the ground, the spikes are the windows are up, now we're in full-blown intercept mode. Intercepting a tornado is one of the most intense experiences of your life. The winds feel really powerful, so powerful that even the Dominator is bouncing up and down. They make this really low roar, almost like a freight train or a really loud waterfall, like Niagara Falls. The dramatic pressure fall makes it feel like a lot of weight is on the shoulders. Your eardrums are about to burst out. And it happens really fast. Suddenly the sun's coming out, you see the blue sky, you see the tornado moving off in the distance, and you realize that you survived it, and then suddenly you're overwhelmed with happiness. You realize that the Dominator 3 got its job done, and most importantly, we know that we collected some incredible data from inside of the tornado. But as rare and valuable as that data is, it's from the ground level, just like those 4 other research papers. The Holy Grail now is actually getting data above ground level, in the heart of the tornado. It's only been done once, and that's where our rocket research comes in. Team Dominator has spent over 10 years funding different methods trying to get probes inside, but we kept running into one problem. A wall of powerful sinking air surrounding the tornadoes. It would knock our probes out of the sky right before getting inside. But in 2019, we finally settled on a method that would punch through the sinking air. And here is the Team Dominator rocket. Our rocket has 2 main parts, the rocket itself and this right here. This is the Team Dominator Skyfall sensor, custom made by our science lead, Mark Simpson. We're going to fit this sensor inside the nose cone, we're going to attach a parachute on it, and we're going to get ready for launch. We also have a parachute inside of the rocket. It's all ready to go. So we got the sensor in the nose cone, we're going to stuff the nose cone on. And now we're ready for launch. To launch a rocket, we need to get in the perfect place of the storm, right in the inflow notch of the supercell. That's where all the wind is flowing in toward the tornado. And we need to be at least a quarter mile away from the vortex. There we go. Rocket's attached. So this stop right here is what keeps the rocket in place. So we've got the blast plate. That's needed to give the propulsion necessary to launch. And we have these long rods too because that stabilizes the flight path early on. And we have the 2 rocket engines. Now I'm just positioning it to connect the igniters to the engine. That's what provides just a little bit of fire in there to ignite the rocket engine. Going to make sure positives on one side and negatives on the other and they don't touch. This is very intense when you know you have an F4 tornado bearing down on you.
It's going to stay just to our west.
We now have continuity. I know that the red and the black are connected properly because the continuity lights are on. You close your eyes. You gotta stand up and reach out. All right, we are launching in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, So now the rocket is flying toward the tornado. It punches through the pocket of sinking air around the vortex. And once inside, the nose cone pops off and the parachute deploys, and it's carried around inside the vortex, just like the movie Twister. And we've got to get after the rocket. So as the probe is getting carried around inside of the tornado, we're immediately getting live data like this. We've got pressure, relative humidity, we've got IMU acceleration, we've got our GPS position. And we even have the data of exactly how the sensor is tumbling around.
Ahora
Vale, en este segmento conocerás a un tipo llamado Reed Kimmer. Reed fue mi invitado en el Tonight Show. Es un cazador de tormentas. Eso es lo que hace. Persigue tormentas. Las analiza y las documenta. Vale, en el Tonight Show lo conocimos en este programa.
Bueno, este es el final de este video. Si les gustó, dejen like y suscríbanse.